Morning, guys. The Swordfish is back and better than ever. And also, hopefully, can speak a little slower this time. But okay. Anyway, part 2 of my Crystal Maiden gameplay. I actually start getting more kills in this part of the gameplay, and I start doing amazing fuckingly. In fact, some of the plays here were so fucking amazing. I actually had stopped recording my with the fraps. Stop the gameplay and just have a wank. That's how fucking amazing. They are ecstatic. They are orgasmic. They are amazing. So fucking good that I'm running out of fucking English words to describe them. Anyway, topic of today, which is what you guys come for anyway. Let's talk about grades. Because right now I actually want you to pause the fucking video exactly like I'm doing and go to the link I showed you in the description. In fact, it should be in the description. I will try to make an annotation, but I doubt that that'll be possible due to the fact that, I don't, my annotations don't actually work on YouTube, because, woo, YouTube, go Google. Yeah, I'm actually fist pumping right now for Google. Anyway, I'm excited with rage, as I usually am, because this is quite the interesting link. I'll give you guys time to read it, pause the video, whatever. I'm gonna just go on assuming that you read it. So, pause now and read it. Alright, we're back. Woo! Yeah, good. So, assuming you've read it, the fucking article in question obviously talks about, because you've obviously read it, yeah? Okay. Talks about this guy who's asking to get an extra grade in chemistry. I don't quite get the intricacies of this email and the details in the fucking topic, because it seems like this guy already has an A and he's asking for an A. So I don't really get what he's trying to say. I don't really get it. I mean, 90% as far as I'm concerned is an A minus. I don't really get how the American system works, to be honest, in grades. I'm still thinking IB style. So I don't know what the details in the fucking grade system is. But the things I want to center on is the fucking teacher's reply. And let me just say this. I know people in the comments are defending the teacher, saying, no, he has a right. And the guy himself said, yeah, I was being stupid. Yes, to an extent I kind of have to agree. Asking for a bumping up of your grade is stupid. Definitely. Never do that. It's just allowing the teacher to know that he's in a position of power and giving him enough power to say, I'll do whatever as long as you change my grade. No, don't let the grades control you. Okay? But you'll see what I'm trying to say. First of all, I would just like to say, before you guys start putting any weird shit in the comments or attacking me or whatever, I am a straight A student. Have always been. Straight A's, no problems. When I did the IBs, all 6s, couple 7s. Pretty fucking, get one in the extended, get good grades and everything, pretty much. Never had a problem with grades. Doesn't mean I ever supported them. In fact, I never did. I'm pretty much against this whole system. I'm not saying there's a better system, but I don't find this system amazing. And this is why I hate people who defend the system. Especially the IB and shit like that. But, any grade system in general, I find it really annoying that people will defend it. And let's just analyze the fucking teacher's reply. Because he says things like, he's talking about the grades, right? And it's true. You can't just ask for a bump up in your grade, because there has to be a cutoff grade. That makes sense. A percentage has to be decided to be the cutoff of your fucking grade, That's right. But see, some of the comments he says, like, by the end of the email, he's saying, in the future, I suggest that you do the work needed during the semester to obtain the grade that you desire. Yeah, this is really something that, like, ticks me off a lot, because the American system, okay, is really, centers a lot on these small percentages, because it's really easy to get an A, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if you Americans are fucking moronic, but I've done the American system most of my life. It is the easiest system ever, in any school, even the most demanding. It's really easy, as opposed to Spanish or British systems. It is the easiest fucking system ever. But see, the Spanish system is based on the idea that, a 5 is or what you guys would consider like a D minus, is a fine grade. As long as you don't fail, as long as you're passing, is a pretty fucking good grade. It's pretty hard to get that. And there's a huge difference between a 9 and a 5, a 90% and a 50%. Yes. In the American system, however, it tends to be that if you're in the 50, 60, 70 range, you're kind of a fucking moron, and if you're in the 80, 90, just a capable individual, and the 91 to 92% is a huge difference, because that determines whether you're a genius or you're just a normal, capable, slightly smarter than average individual, right? So that means that what this guy is asking you is this little percentage, which means a lot to him. It means a lot to fucking Americans, but you know, in reality, it's not that hard to lose or get, right? So here is the flaws in all the school system, which is the fact that you assume that this percentage was lost because of his hard work or because of his lack of intelligence. This is what ticks me off the most. First of all, I've already explained that I do not believe that hard work should be even measured in fucking school. I firmly believe, however fucking mad you may get when I say this, that hard work does not mean shit in life. It is true, you have to prove that you have to be able to work hard. But let me tell you, hard work won't get you anywhere in life. Intelligence might, hard work won't. Because when you're trying to breach, say you're trying to become a fucking physicist, okay, and you've managed to memorize every fucking physics rule in the book, you will get good grades on the test. If you work really hard and you study a lot for the test, you will get good grades on the test. It's guaranteed. It's the whole point of studying. People wouldn't study if that wasn't the fucking case, right? But when you actually get into real life examples, this is not the case. If you know all the fucking stupid physics formulas, by the way, this is the orgasmic play I was talking about. Anyway, if you know all the fucking physics formulas and shit, sometimes they just won't get you anywhere because you lack the creativity, the intelligence, or whatever to actually accomplish anything with it. So many times, studying will reward you with good grades, but in the end, in real life, memorizing stuff and studying won't actually, won't actually get you anywhere. Right? But that's beyond the point. I'm not even talking about this. I'm talking about the fact that teachers, who by the way have a huge ego by what I'm seeing, especially this teacher, but many other teachers I've been with have a huge ego, like their job is fucking important, but like, they're really not the most capable fucking individuals. They wouldn't end up as a teacher if they were, honestly. I've seen very few people who are like egocentric and arrogant teachers, who actually wanted to end up as a teacher. They wanted to end up something. They wanted to end up as something else, but ended up as a teacher because they didn't have the qualities to become a fucking engineer or whatever the shit. I do admire the teaching profession. I've always wanted to become one, in fact. But there are dedicated teachers, and those are not the arrogant ones. Let me just tell you. Anyway, that aside, I keep tangentializing, I'm sorry. The point is, teachers will always assume that you don't get the grade because you're either not intelligent enough, which I guess I just pity you and they're sorry or whatever, or you didn't work hard enough, which is the stupidest assumption in the book. Because at first, when I was a kid, and I mean like, say 8th, 7th grade, I always separated the subjects into two kinds, right? Subjective and objective. Math and sciences were mostly objective, for the greatest part, and history and English and such subjects were subjective. It's pretty standard. But then as I got older, I realized that all subjects, some to a greater extent than others, but all subjects are subjective. Here's how I realized it. When math, the formulas you used in math started getting you points in the exam. I can't tell you how many points I fucking lost in the exam because not in the actual official IB exam, but in the previous exams I did, because my answer was correct, but my formulas were not the ones the teacher wanted. Because, good lord, that matters so much. In the real world, they will actually ask you how you got to your answer, because that's the most important part, the process, not that you actually got the answer. Because I don't know, let me just tell you, I'm being sarcastic as fuck. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life, right? But not even math. If you get into the sciences, when they ask you a question such as, oh yeah, they do leave the match, by the way. I'm sorry about this, but whatever. When they ask you a question such as, I don't know, let's say, what is the difference between... I actually had this question on a test at one point. I remember really clearly. What is the difference between an ionic formula and a covalent formula, right? You can say so many things about it. So many fucking things. And when they give you a small space to write, you will omit some of the least important details. And the teacher is looking for something specific, but you're not aware of what he or she might be looking for, right? So many times, this 1 fucking percent, or even 10 whole percent, is based completely on the teacher's fucking whim and on what she fucking wants. You know, that's the whole point. If any of you have actually done the IB, the whole point of creating such a standardized, rigorous way of grading and testing is so that there is no loopholes. They don't ask questions anymore, so you can't just argue your point. The whole point is to say, you know, this is how it's done, this is what we want you to do, we will mold you this way to be this way. There's no subjectivism involved. Obviously there is subjectivism, because you might be for example, the IB will penalize students who are not open-minded, which I find bullshit, because, you know, if you think the world is shit, you're a bad IB student. Congratulations. Fuck you. Fuck off. Because you're stupid because you think the world is shit. Oh, so I'm sorry, goth people. Get off. You know, you're horrible people. You know, discrimination. Woo! Yeah! Which, by the way, being completely open-minded, I've always been amazed by that, because there's, you know, part of the open-mindedness is that you accept all cultures, and some cultures are based on hating other cultures, so I really wonder how the fuck you do this, IB. But, you know, besides the point, no more tangentializing. The point is, the whole rigorous system in the IB, which is, by the way, really similar to the Hitler Youth. I will actually write an essay on that, hopefully. The IB system is really similar to the Hitler Youth. But the whole point of the rigorous system and bullshit is simply because the previous systems always left too many loopholes and allowed for people to abuse them, and always were too subjective. But even the fucking IB system is too subjective. And this guy in the post is talking about chemistry, okay? But if it was, which is, I mean, I guess mostly objective. Honestly, if they ask you for the chemical formula of fucking cyanide, that's one question. Boom. But like I said, ask you for the difference between ionic and covalent bonds. You don't really know what they're actually wanting you to say, because there are many fucking differences. One of them is the fucking name. You can actually say that's a valid fucking answer to a question. Okay? It's very simple. So, this whole subjectivism in grades just kind of should make teachers think twice about this. Should make teachers think twice about, you know, criticizing students for not getting the grade they desire or whatever, because many times it's not the fucking student's fault. It has nothing to do with what the student wants, okay? It simply has to do with the fact that, hey, I'm sorry, bro. The teacher doesn't fucking like what you wrote. It's that simple. Teachers have a huge power, and the importance put upon grades and the standards that people think, you know, the idea that grades actually mean something towards intelligence is ludicrous at best. It's the worst fucking idea I've heard. Holy shit. It is stupid as shit. It's dumb. We need to get rid of the standard that grades mean intelligence, because grades don't mean intelligence. In fact, grades at best means that you can guess what the teacher wants you to say, okay? Even in mathematics nowadays, because seemingly the formula you use is very fucking important. Or especially, I've noticed this, in mathematics, you gotta guess what's gonna be on the test, because it's physically impossible to actually study every single formula, every single possible formula, unless, you know, considering you wanna have a social life, okay? It's fucking impossible. So you have to guess what's on the test. So eventually, the people who get the best grades are either people without any social life and won't get anywhere in life, because, you know, social life is really what's gonna determine where you're gonna get in life. Again, coming from from a straight A student with few friends, so just take this for granted. Let me tell you, this is the truth. Fuck. Either that, or you are able to really guess what's on the test, or you're a fucking lucky asshole. But either way, either of these fucking things don't determine your fucking intelligence, okay? So anyway, the whole system, the whole school system is already fucked. We should start accepting this. But more importantly, okay, besides the school system being fucked, we don't have to fix it, because it's fucking impossible. We've tried for many years, it's fucking impossible. What we should at least do is acknowledge that it does not determine intelligence, not even determine hard work, and the stupid teachers like these should be punished. You should go up to these teachers, whenever a teacher tells you you should have worked harder, you tell them, you should have taught me better, because as much as their fault as it is yours. So fucking stand your ground, be a fucking student, and say, hey, I might have failed this test, but it's as much my fault as it is yours, as you were supposed to fucking teach me, you illiterate piece of shit cunt who ended up as a teacher. It's not my fucking fault. Don't blame me for your mistakes in your goddamn life, okay? And just bump up my stupid fucking grade. Because in the end, this grade means nothing to you. It means nothing to a teacher, okay? But it means a lot to the students, because for some reason we still use grades to determine success in the future. So grades are important, but they're not important in the law. They're important because society makes them important, but they don't actually hold any sort of universal importance. They don't determine shit. Not even, they're like IQ tests. People think they mean something for intelligence, they actually don't. I want you guys to keep this in mind. And if you are one of those straight A students who thinks, I'm the king of the world, I suggest that you grab a spiked dildo, stick it up your asshole, so far up that you end up coughing blood. And until you don't, and you know, yep, actually that's it. Just cough blood, and I hope you die. I hope you just fucking choke on that dildo with your fucking asshole, because you're a horrible person. And if you're a teacher, and you're listening to this, and you ever told a student you have to work harder when maybe perhaps they got it in 90% and they want a 95, and you didn't give it to them because, oh hey, you don't like the way they write, like if you're a fucking English teacher, don't even stick that dildo up your asshole. It might even give you pleasure. Just throw yourself off a fucking window, off a fucking building or whatever, and die. Please, die. Okay? Anyway, that's my commentary for today. I'm sorry I'm so mad. This article really ticked me off. I suggest you read it and reread it and reread it until the rage fills up inside of you and you just explode, okay? Alright, don't actually explode. I love you guys, and I hope you keep watching my videos, so I need for you guys to be alive. Hope you enjoyed the commentary today. Blah, blah, subscribe, follow, so and so and so. And check out TGN, because my new partnership. And hope to see you guys next video, where I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want, because it's my goddamn channel. See you guys next time.